A leader in influencing best practices in educational therapy. May I now invite Ms. Siew, head of the DS Academy, to deliver her welcome address. Ms. Siew, please.
Hi, a very good morning to you graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. The auditorium today is filled with joy and relief as you prepare to receive your awards. Family, friends, and colleagues too are waiting eagerly for your moment on stage. Today, we are all gathered here under one roof to celebrate you. As a lecturer, I have worked with many of you who are here today. I know that some of you have been drawn to this field either because of your own learning difference or your wish to support a loved one with a learning difference. I can testify that the success you have now has not come easy. Today, I am going to share with you something about bumblebees. Not the transformer bumblebee, but the real bumblebee. Some of you might have heard this quote about bumblebees. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyways, because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. How many of you think that that is true of bumblebees? That bees have done the impossible? Raise your hands. Okay, there's a couple of you actually, yeah? Maybe because of the Bee movie, yeah? This quote came from the Bee movie. Okay. Now, short and stubby, the bumblebee doesn't look very flight-worthy. It has become a surprise to many that bumblebees could fly, since they have very tiny wings compared to their bodies. I wish I can say that the above is true. It will be so easy for me to liken the graduates to the bumblebees. I can then boast about your resilience, about you defying the odds, and all that wonderful uplifting talk. Unfortunately, my research has shown that it is not true. Contrary to popular belief, science has shown that it is possible for bumblebees to fly. So, how do these little wings generate enough force to keep the bumblebee in the air? Can you show me how a bee flies? Thank you. My little audience are doing that for me. Okay, so they actually do this. If you look at the little children in the audience, they are doing this. Okay? Like that. We think that insects and bees fly like that, right? Okay. In our minds, humans think that bumblebees flap their wings up and down, like what the little children did. However, the up and down motion cannot generate enough force to carry them up. With rare exceptions, they actually fly by flapping their wings back and forth. Okay, so if you go home, you can just watch a YouTube video. It will show you how a bee flaps its wings. Our students with learning differences are very much like these bumblebees. Because of their learning conditions, they do not look like they have the potential to fly and shine in school. Just like the bumblebees, it will be a surprise if these students eventually fly. But what did we learn from the bumblebees? Do they fly in a manner that was expected? No, they didn't. We thought they would flap their wings up and down, but they flap their wings back and forth. So, let us learn from nature and be open-minded when we look at learners with learning differences. The yardstick that we apply to typically developing learners, let us not apply this same yardstick to our learners. This means that we need to provide the support for them to devise their own strategies and the space for them to chart their own path. Even though it might take longer, very soon they will be flying like others. Take Tan Wei Shan, who was the recipient of the DAS Young Achiever Award in 2017. From having B and D reverses, spelling and writing difficulties in kindergarten, to a recipient of many culinary accolades by the age of 22, he has come a very long way. How did he do it? We are delighted to have him here with us today, and we'll be hearing from him later. We also have Deborah Hughes, my dear colleague, who has modeled to us lifelong learning. This is Deborah, a proud grandma to little Abby. She has 3 adult children, and all 3 of them have dyslexia. We know that dyslexia runs in the family, and so spelling and organizational skills have never been easy for Deborah. Perhaps that is why she found schooling challenging when she was younger. Yet, because of circumstances, she bravely took up a degree in her 40s, completed her degree at 48, embarked on the Master of Arts in Special Educational Needs, and emerged the top scorer for her cohort. As valedictorian for the program, she will be telling us about her unconventional flight to success. Finally, we have Isabel Wong, who has bravely embarked on the Master of Arts in SEN to support her son with learning differences. Like her boy, Isabel also finds spelling and writing challenging, but never mind that. She is one of the most resourceful and determined learners I have ever come across. She actively seeks out technology that can make her life easier. She runs journal articles through her phone app, which reads out the journal articles to her, helping her to bypass the tedious task of reading. I am aware that Isabel has considerable difficulties with the organization and expression of ideas as well. Yet, while the drafts that she has submitted to me bear some evidence of her challenges, the content is generally of good quality. So I was curious and I asked her how it had been done. She told me my classmate Gloria and my husband have gone through the worst of it. What you are seeing now is possibly the 100th cut. So I would say, if you are dyslexic, your spouse and your friends matter much more. So you have heard the stories of these 3 individuals overcoming their learning differences through their own special ways and in their own time. As we celebrate the completion of your journey at the DAS Academy today, let this message continue to inspire our work with children with learning differences. When we think of these children, we will remember that they, like bumblebees, can defy gravity, but often not by the conventional ways. They might need to take more time, do things differently, but one thing I'm sure, they will reach their destination. Let us persevere through teaching and parenting challenges. Let us keep our minds open to unconventional ways to help them learn. If they can't learn the way we teach, let's teach the way they learn. Together, we can create many more success stories. Thank you very much.